How's it going, guys? I'm David with Media Unlocked, and today I'm going to do, I guess, a kind of review of the Magic Lantern, not Green Lantern, 1.0.9 hack for your Canon T2i. I, of course, had done my last video where I showed you guys how to install it on your T2i using a Mac, and I know there's a couple people that had some problems, and hopefully I was able to answer them. So today I'm kind of I'm going to go through all the functions on the Magic Lantern, and two, I'm going to try to answer some of these questions so if people have them, they can be answered, and they can actually physically see something to where I'm not typing it. I can actually explain it. So I have a list of questions that people have asked, leaving comments on the how to install the hack, the firmware update. So, but first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the functions of the Magic Lantern hack 1.0.9 and kind of try to explain some of it to some people out there that might wonder what some of the functions do or what they are. So let's go on and turn the camera on here. Now, as you can see, the Magic Lantern boots up. I have it in video mode right now, and I have it on a card. If you notice, you've got all this extra writing and stuff that's kind of annoying, and I really don't like it at all. Plus, sometimes the Magic Lantern will kind of jump on top of your Canon settings. Here, it's not. But to fix these words and get rid of them, just hit your image button right here, right across from the delete button once, no image, and go back. And now you don't have all this. Now, as you see right here, all this blue right here, this is zebra, and I'm not a big fan of zebra. I use it sometimes, but not most. So you also have a histogram right here, and you have your audio levels up here. Also, when you're recording, let's go on and start recording here. When you're recording, you can also, you really can't see it, but up here in this far right corner, and it's kind of hard to see, but it tells you how much time you got left on your card. So instead of down here where it shows you how much time you spent recording, this tells you how much you have left. And according to this, I have 35 minutes of recording time on my card. So to go on and access the Magic Lantern function, we're going to go on and stop recording here first, and then we're going to go on and hit the delete button. And this will pull up a menu, and let's just zoom in just a little bit on it so you guys can see real closely what we got going on here. Alright, so the first one is going to be your audio meter. I go ahead and leave that on. I do like to see my audio meter, as you see up here. And then if we scroll down, you have your different audio outputs. One of the nicest things, especially for videographers out there, is you can turn your AGC gain off. And what AGC gain is, I don't know if you ever noticed when you shot video, especially when you're not using a mic, you kind of have this like added, almost echo, staticky kind of sound. It's almost like you're in a room and it's echoing as you're talking. It's not real apparent, but it's still there, and it's kind of annoying. What that does is that turns that off in a manner of speaking. You get a much more clear, nicer sound. So I really like that. You can also do your inputs, your external mics, or left, right. So you have different inputs here, a stereo and internal mic. So those are some functions that you have with audio, which is really nice. So let's go and jump over to the video settings. You have spot meters, and have that hidden right now. Global draw, histogram, which you'll notice if you take, let's go on and hit it back out. This is your histogram right here, and that's kind of nice for photography to have it right there. But you can also see the histogram of your shots when you go in and you hit display when you're going and looking at your photos. But it's right there, a little bit easier to see. So I'm going to go on and turn that off. I really don't use it that much. Zebra. Now what Zebra does is it shows you over and underexposed. So like right now, if you notice, my screen is all blue. That's because there's a black backdrop back there. So everything is extremely underexposed right now. Now if I put a bunch of light on that backdrop, I can make it overexposed and it'd be all red. So what I'm going to go on and do is I'm going to go on and turn off Zebra. And then you have a few other settings here, nothing really important that I would use. So we're going to jump over to shoot. Now you have interval times, LCD. Again, the only nice thing here under the shoot function is your ISO settings, which are just awesome. So you can go through all your ISO settings, and it goes all the way up to, I think, like 6400. So we'll see what that goes all the way up to. So it jumps by hundreds and I think hundreds, and yeah, it jumps by, yeah. jumps by like 15s, and it jumps a little bit higher as you go further and further up. But it's really nice as far as ISO goes, so you can control in between your hundreds, which I just absolutely love, because before, I think your ISO settings were 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Now you have way more functions when it comes to ISO. When you need something between 800 and 1600, but 16 is too much and 8's not enough, you know, this allows you to, you know, I can go up and I'll be like, well, I really just need 930, and now I've got it. So big feature, really nice there. Now we're going to jump to bracket. Now you can do, there's some bracketing stuff. Of course, I really don't use that much. You have some focusing. So some of this focusing, it's supposedly better when you're filming. It helps stay focused, helps stay focusing a little bit better. I haven't really used it that much, but I've heard that it does really good. And then we go to our final function, which is called Debug. And the only one you really need to worry about debug, there are two things in debugging. One is Q scale. Now Q scale has to do with quality. You can bring your Q scale up, and it can bring your quality up, but you get less and less time. Like your camera can only do, like, I think if you bring it all the way up to like 15 or 16, and you correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. The higher that Q scale is, the higher quality your video is, but the less time you can record per clip. So if you want to get a higher quality, and somebody's apparently coming out with a nicer version of Q scale here in like the next couple of weeks, it's supposed to be even better and higher quality. The problem is you just can't shoot for that long. And then the big one that I know a lot of people have asked about is what happens when, if I just turn it off right now, I just turned my camera off, so there it goes. It's turning off, turn it back on, and oh crap, all my settings are gone the way I liked them. Well, guess what? That's where you go to debug. We'll jump back over to debug here. And save configure. You got to do this every time. So if you do a new configuration, you got to go in here and save configure after every shoot. So turn it off. We'll go on and save configure, and there you go. Now I can turn my camera off, and bada boom, bada bing, it saved my settings, and that helps, because I know a few people were kind of confused about that, because when you turn it off, and if you guys do notice when you turn this on, you get some flickering times. If you really look at that screen real closely, it flickers, especially up here. And when you use the I don't even know what just happened. Oh, there we go. And when you're using it to take pictures and stuff, and you're pushing down, my battery pack's dead. Anyways, but long story short, when you're shooting, it does get a little touchy. And I know a couple people complain about when they hit the shutter button and get ready to take a picture, it does get a little shaky, and that is a little quirky, and it is something that happens. But I'm going to jump back over, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what my opinion is on this Magic Lantern software, and answer a couple questions that a few people had asked, and hopefully this will help any future problems. So I've got a list of things that people have asked me about, and I'm going to try to answer. Most of the people I was able to help out, and through sending messages or leaving comments back on the comments they left. By the way, thank you everybody for leaving comments. Like I said, if you have a question about this and it's not answered in this video or in the Mac tutorial, please I am more than happy to help out. That's what I put this channel together, was really just to help out other videographers and photographers. You know, a lot of people helped me out when I was coming up and trying to learn. I still got a lot to learn, and I just, you know, I appreciate everyone out there that has helped me, and that's what I'm trying to do now, is help other people out. So, like I said, the image button, I mean, when you're taking pictures, it does get a little quirky. It is a little touchy. That does happen with the Magic Lantern. Now, like I showed you guys, you can save your settings before you're done shooting. So say you got your settings just how you want. Don't turn the camera off. Go on, hit the delete buttons, go over to debug, second one down, save configuration, then you can go on and turn your camera off. Okay, now another person asked, what's the easiest way to make your cards compatible? Well, once you've done the first initial install of the firmware of 1.0.9 of Magic Lantern, you have to go through pretty much like step 2 and 3 all over again. You have to go through and pretty much mount every card, and then put those 4 files, those with a BMP files, those 4 files, the 3 BMP files and 1 configure file, I believe, and you've got to put that on your memory card. So like the fastest way really to do it is, once you've done your first one, go on and save when you do that copy and paste and then put it into terminal. Go on and save the thing, so you don't have to go through and do terminal and get the list and figure out what your name is, what the name of your card is. It's going to be the same every time unless you unless you hooked up another hard drive or something. So you can pretty much, the fastest way is to really just save that file, the text file that you copy and pasted from the list when you did the terminal thing. Save that file, and all you have to do is go back in there and copy that file and open up a new terminal, drop that in there, let it do its thing, and then drop those 4 files in there. So that is your fastest way. There's no way to really do it any faster. And someone else has a faster way, please let me know, but that's the fastest way I've been able to figure out how to put that on all my cards. As you guys know, I only want to really keep it on 1, maybe 2 of my cards max. I'm not a huge fan of this software. I think it's really nice. I just think they need to do some work to make it run a little bit smoother. Alright, now people that want to uninstall Magic Lantern, you can't necessarily uninstall it. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to reinstall like your Canon 1.0.8 or your Canon 1.0.9 firmware updates. Once you reinstall Canon firmware back onto, and you'll be putting that, so you did your Canon install, then you'll do your Magic Lantern install, then you'll do another Canon install. That will delete the Magic Lantern install. So that's how you uninstall Magic Lantern, is to reinstall the Canon firmware, and that kind of writes over it. So that's how you take care of that. Now, other people have been asking about bricking. What do you do when your camera's bricked? I haven't read, actually I really don't know of anybody that's had a bricking problem so far since they've done this Magic Lantern update. But what I've read and about what happens as far as bricking is concerned is, go on and take your batteries out, take them out probably a good 30 seconds for a minute, put them back in, and your camera should be good. I've had a couple times where my camera acted a little funny, but all I did is I just took my battery out, put it back in, I was good to go. So that's kind of what I know about the Magic Lantern software, and if you guys have any more questions, please let me know. Hopefully I answered quite a few questions. Like I said, I kind of went through all my comments and tried to figure out the questions that people were asking, and I'm trying to answer them here so that you don't have that problem in the future. Also, follow us on Twitter, DAVIDDIMAGES on Twitter. I do updates, so like yesterday I updated, I let everybody know I was going to put out a video today about the Magic Lantern Q&A kind of thing. So I'm here to help you guys. Follow me on Twitter, and I'd really appreciate if you subscribe, but like I said, it's no big deal. I'm not trying to make partner here or anything. I'm really just trying to focus on helping other photographers and videographers out there, and learn from other photographers and videographers out there. So anyways, David with Media Unlocked. I will see you guys next time.